guys, Whispers here, back once again to bring you another fun-filled fact video. Today's topic is the reindeer, an animal most of us associate with Christmas time. But of course, these animals do a whole lot more than pull Santa's sleigh on Christmas Eve. In fact, they are a very complex and fascinating species of animal. So with that being said, it is time to lay back, relax, and let yourself drift away as I whisper facts about reindeer. The reindeer, also known as the caribou in North America, is a species of deer with circumpolar distribution, native to the Arctic, subarctic, mountainous regions of Northern Europe, Siberia, and North America. Reindeer vary in size and color from the smallest subspecies, the Svalbard reindeer, to the largest, the boreal woodland caribou. I have to admit, I wasn't aware at all where reindeer were indigenous to. I probably would have guessed Canada and Russia, but it's interesting to note they are also in Northern Europe as well as the Arctic region. Reindeer are the only deer species in which both the male and female can grow antlers. In fact, males' antlers can grow up to a whopping 1.4 meters in length and have as many as 44 points, called tines. The largest reindeer species, the Finnish forest reindeer, measures approximately 240 centimeters in length from snout to tail. Finnish forest reindeer have longer legs than other reindeer species. They have adapted to forest life by evolving with wide hooves, which help them dig through the snow for lichen, and antler pairs that grow closer together than those of other reindeer subspecies. These differences help Finnish forest reindeer move through woodlands unobstructed. That is a really cool fact, I think. So they have adapted to the woodlands they live in by growing antlers that are closer together to stop them catching on tree branches, etc. That is very clever. I really like that fact a lot. Reindeer can live for up to 15 years in the wild, although domesticated reindeer can live for as long as 20 years. I think that's pretty much the case for most animals. Ones that live in the wild don't live as long as ones who are domesticated and cared for by people for obvious reasons. It's just more dangerous in the wild. They're more exposed to the elements, to other animals that view them as prey and that kind of thing. When grazing, a reindeer's preferred food is a lichen, a fungi, moss-like plant that's often found in high, open spaces. In fact, it's so popular with reindeers that it's now become known as reindeer lichen. Reindeer are the only mammals that grow new sets of antlers annually. I think that the antlers are fascinating. The shape of them and the different types as well. You really would not want to be attacked by a reindeer, or it could end very badly because of the antlers. But I think the antlers make them look really appealing on the eye. They're a very distinctive animal because of the antlers. Reindeer fur colours vary greatly. Prairie caribou in northern reindeer have white fur, while woodland caribou, a southern reindeer, have dark fur. Humans have hunted reindeer for thousands of years for their meat, milk, fur, and antlers, which can be fashioned into tools. For groups of people in Scandinavia, Russia, China, and Mongolia, reindeer herding is an ancient and important part of their culture. Yeah, it's a real shame that hunting goes on. I just feel bad for the animals, I think. It's not right, but at the end of the day, it's always going to happen, whether we like it or not. It is interesting, however, to note why they are hunted exactly. I probably would have guessed it had something to do with the antlers, mainly. A bit like when elephants are hunted for their tusks, but they're also hunted for meat, milk, and fur. I wasn't aware reindeers could produce milk. Male reindeer can grow up to 1.2 meters tall at the shoulder and weigh up to 250 kilograms. That's over 3 times the weight of an average person. Females are a little smaller than males. In Europe, around 16,000 years ago, reindeer were abundant. Primitive humans relied heavily on them for their skins to keep warm, meat to sustain them, and bones to create tools. Reindeer may be big, but they are still the target of hungry predators. Wolverines, bears, and even eagles are just some of the animals that prey on reindeer. Yeah, I sort of touched on that a few minutes ago when talking about how animals in the wild don't tend to live as long as domesticated animals. And one big reason why that is because their prey So that would be my guess. I'm not sure anything would hunt a lion, but maybe we'll find out one day in a lions facts video. Who knows? Reindeers only eat vegetation as they are herbivores. Their diet consists of grass, fungi, leaves, mosses, and herbs. An adult reindeer eats about 4 to 8 kilograms of vegetation on average every day. They are required to dig through the snow using their antlers to find food during the winter. For winter grazing, reindeers grow their facial hair long enough to cover their mouths, protecting their muscles from the snow. Kind of like when some men grow their beards in winter. I've never had a beard myself, but I have noticed in the winter if I get a haircut, my hair does feel a bit chillier than before, which is quite a random fact, but it's interesting just how little hair can actually make a difference to how you feel in terms of the cold. Reindeers never stop moving. They are required to travel over huge amounts of terrain when they migrate, and wide rivers are included. Therefore, they have adapted to swim quickly and easily move between 4 miles per hour and 6.2 miles per hour. Reindeer spend up to 40% of their lives in snow, so they've developed special adaptations to help them survive the chilly conditions. Their cloven hooves, which are divided into 2, spread their weight, helping them stand on snow and soft ground. Their hollow fur helps to trap heat, and they're good swimmers as well. I really love facts like this, learning exactly what ways different species of animals adapt to their environment. They must have evolved that way over centuries to cope with their environment. In this case, the reindeer living in extreme cold. I think the animal world is fascinating in so many different ways, and I look forward to featuring more animal fact videos on the channel in the future. Reindeer are strong, energy-efficient machines. A 20-pound new calf can outrun a man, and reindeer in general are more efficient than most other land mammals. I think this fact makes them the ideal choice of animal to pull Santa Claus's sleigh on Christmas Eve. I knew that was going to come up at some point. We all associate reindeer with Santa and pulling the sleigh, but that fact does actually make them the ideal animal to pull the sleigh on Christmas Eve, especially during the takeoff. Believe it or not, reindeer actually do have red noses like Rudolph. Lots of tiny veins actually seen a reindeer in real life, and it was at a Christmas lights switch on event, and I even managed to briefly stroke the reindeer, and it was quite happy being surrounded by people, and it looked very relaxed as well, I have to say. It's rare you'll see a lone reindeer. As social animals, reindeers travel, rest, and feed in groups known as herds. It's believed that these herds are found together from 10 animals to up to a few hundred. This number can get much bigger, of up to 500,000 members in spring. It is believed that they travel between 1,000 to 3,000 miles to find food in the winter. A poem known as A Visit from St. Nicholas was the first to associate reindeer with Christmas. It was written by an American named Clement Clark Moore in 1823. This poem is primarily responsible for the connection today of Santa Claus and his reindeer. The poem also contained the names of the reindeer we know today: Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. The original names were a bit different though, with Donner and Blitzen first known as Dunder and Blixen. But the names evolved over time into the names we know today. Rudolph was not actually a part of the original crew, but was added by Robert May in 1939 as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So that is why reindeer are associated with Christmas. It all began in 1823 from a poem written by Clement Clark Moore. Okay, that's good to know. You can all now go and impress your family with that fact this Christmas. I actually like to ask people at Christmas if they can name the 8 reindeer that pull Santa's sleigh, and I think most people actually can't. It's just one of those things. You know that Santa has reindeer, but what they're all called slips most people's minds, apart from Rudolph, of course, which everybody knows. And another fact relating to Robert May: in 1948, May's brother-in-law, Johnny Marks, made the story about Rudolph into a song. It was featured in a cartoon shown in movie theaters, but wasn't released as a standalone recording until 1949, when the singing cowboy Gene Autry recorded the song and its popularity soared. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is one of the biggest selling Christmas songs the snow. They can sniff out the plant material easily, even through snow that is 60 centimeters deep. Reindeer babies develop fast. The gestation period for female reindeer is around 7.5 months, and they typically give birth to one calf at a time, although they can have up to 4 at a time. These calves are able to walk after merely an hour after they're born, and they eat solid food after about a week in conjunction with their mother's milk. This fact makes me think about horse foals and cow calves. I think they're the right terms for the babies, but when they're born, I'm pretty sure they can walk fairly quickly as well. It's so cute when you see baby animals running around with their parents. They're just like humans in a lot of ways, a miniature version of the grown adult. It's really cute in a lot of cases, and I imagine baby reindeer are no different. Reindeer mates between September and November, when males will compete with other males to win the right to mate with multiple females. I think this is a very similar fact to a lot of animal species, that the males will face off for the affections of the females. I remember seeing a video on kangaroos doing just this, and the fights can be brutal. It's all about proving who is the strongest and therefore the most worthy of winning the female's affections. Reindeer Vision is superpowered. It is believed that they are the only mammals to see UV light. Reindeer do not have an internal body clock, which can be utilized effectively for their survival, as it helps their sleep-wake cycle and their metabolism deal with long polar nights and days in the region they live in. That's quite an interesting fact. So basically, they don't have any sort of set schedule. They don't sleep at certain times of the day or anything like that. It's more just about survival and dealing with each day as it comes in the most efficient way they see possible. Reindeer are built for the snow and cold. Their bodies react to changes in temperature top speed, but that's definitely faster than I would have imagined. And you have to take into consideration their terrain as well. I imagine they can only get up to that sort of speed on a flat surface. But yeah, that's a really cool fact to end the video on, I think. So guys, that is just about it for today's Whispered Facts episode on reindeer. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about these fascinating creatures. I know I had a good time putting this video together, so yeah, if you did enjoy it, I would really appreciate if you hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're new, and if you do subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell and you'll get notified when all my future videos go live on the channel. But thank you for joining me, and until next time, rest easy, sleep well, and I hope to see you again very soon for another video. Goodbye for now.